Alright, Texas National Resource Code, Title 3, Oil, Gas, Subtitle D, Regulations of the Business Occupation, Chapter 113, Liquefied Petroleum Gas, Subchapter A, General Provision, 113.001, Title of the chapter may be titled with the Liquefied Petroleum Gas Code or LPG Code. 1113.002, the definition chapter commission means Railroad Commission for the Texas repeal of the Acts of 2001. Employee means the individual render of the performed services of the labor of the compensation include the individuals hired with a part-time, temporary basis, full-time, permanent basis include owner or employee. Liquefied petroleum gas, LP gas, the means of the material of the composed predominantly any of the following hydrocarbon, mixture of hydrocarbon, propane, propanol, normal butane, isobutane, butanolines. Container means a receptacle designed for the transportation storage of the liquid petroleum gas. Receptacle designed for the purpose of the receiving injection liquid petroleum gas for the use of the consumption through the liquid petroleum gas system. Appliance meaning the appropriate fixture uses consume liquid petroleum furnished for the supply of the liquid petroleum gas as such within connected with the attached liquid petroleum system means all piping, fittings, valve, equipment excluding container of the appliance with the connection one or more container of the born or appliance the use of the consumed liquid petroleum gas. Transport system means any and all of the piping, fittings, valve, equipment for the transportation through the container. Transport system means that all of the piping, fittings, valves, equipment utilized with the dispense of the LPG container for the transport means in the bobtail with the semi-travel equipped with one more with the container subframe with the means of the attachment supporting the actual member pad container that does not include the welding directly to the container. 1312, the representative means the individual designated with the commission license applicant, the licensee, or as the principal person in the authority in case of the licensor, author. Then, the Category P licensor actively supervises the conduct of the licensor LPG activities. Person means the individual partnership, filing, corporation, activity, association, other business at any of the state, agency, institution, county, municipality, school, district, other government, subdivision. 14, registration means any person except within the room of the license requirement established for the pursuant section 113081 of this code required to register with the commission. Any person qualified by examination by the commission, any of the person applied with the registration with the commission. Intermodule portable tank, means the portable tank building order the U.S. Department of Transportation specifications designed primarily for the international intermodule use. Intermodule container meaning the freight container designed constructed with interchangeable for the use of two or more modes of transportation. Intermobile fuel system meaning the liquid petroleum gas system excluded for the container and the supplied liquid petroleum gas as a fuel of the auxiliary engine or the engine to propel the vehicle other than use of the liquid. Mobile fuel container means the liquid petroleum gas container mounted with the vehicle to store liquid petroleum gas fuel supply auxiliary engine other than the engine propelling the vehicle for other use of the vehicle. Motor fuel system means the liquid petroleum gas system excluded the container to supply liquid petroleum gas as fuel to the engine will use to propel the vehicle. Motor fuel container means the liquid petroleum gas container mounted on the vehicle to store liquid petroleum gas. The fuel supplied to the engine used to propel the vehicle. Portable cylinder means a receptacle constructed in the United States Department of Transportation specification design moved readily with the use of the storage of liquid petroleum gas connection applying with the liquid petroleum gas system. The term of the design includes the cylinder designed for the use of the forklift or similar equipment. 113.003 exemption. None of the provisions chapter apply with the production, refining, with the manufacturing of liquid petroleum gas, storage, sale of the transportation of liquid petroleum gas by pipeline, railroad, tank car, by pipeline company produce the refiner, manufacturer equipment use the pipeline company produce the refiner, manufacturer produce the refining, manufacturing profit, the storage, sale, transportation by pipeline, railroad, tank car, any delivery of liquid petroleum gas to another person out of the price of the production, refining, manufacturing underground storage facilities other than the liquid petroleum gas container designed for underground use. Liquid petroleum gas container having the water capacity of the 1 gallon or less of the liquid petroleum gas pipeline applying with attached connecting special container. A rail car loading rack under use of the pipeline company produce the refiner manufacturer. Nothing in the subsection A of the section shall be construed. Example the truck loading racks of the jurisdiction of the commission under the chapter. Subchapter B, Administrative Provisions, Regulation Liquefied Petroleum Gas 011. The Commission shall administer with the enforcement of the law of the state. Rules stand for the Commission relating to liquefied petroleum gas. Section 113.014. Employees, sufficient employees shall provide with the enforcement of the chapter. 113.015. Fund with the financing regulating liquid petroleum gas. The Commission shall only with the revenue derived with the operation chapter appropriated with the legislative expense regulating liquid petroleum gas activities administrative of this chapter. Subchapter C, Rules and Standards 113.051. Adoption of rules and standards provided in section 113.003 with this code. The Commission shall promptly give the adopt the rules standing with the both probably relating to all aspects of the phases of the liquid petroleum gas industry, protect the tenant of the project, the health, welfare, and safety of the general public. 113.105.11. Limitations of rule-making authority. The Commission may not adopt the rule restricting and advertising competitive bidding by licensors exempt with the prohibited default of the misleading deceptive practices. Its rules prohibit default misleading deceptive practices. The Commission may not include with the rule of the restricted use of the medium advertising, the restricted use of the license or the person under the appearance of the rules or voice advertisement raises the recite of the duration of the advisement license or the restricted license or advisement, even the trade name. Section 113.052, adoption of the National Code of the Commission may adopt the reference in whole of the part of the published code of the National Board of Fire Underwriters, the National Fire Protection Agency, American Society of Mechanical Engineers, or the National Recognized Societies, or any one of them of the code standards meet in the design, construction, fabrication, assembly, installation, use of the maintenance and containers, tanks, and applying with the systems and equipment of the transportation, store, delivery, use, consumption of liquid petroleum and natural gas, any one or more of the purposes. Section 113.053, effect with certain containers, rules, and standards of the codes per adopted in Section 113.051 through 052 of the code that do not apply with the containers according with and subject to the regulation of the United States Department of Transportation or to containers that are owned or used by the United States government. 113.054, effective with the other law, rules, and standards promulgated adopted by the Commission under Section 113.051 preempt and supersede with any ordinance with the order rule adopted by the public political subdivision of the state relating to the aspect of phase of the liquid petroleum gas industry. Political subdivision may petition the Commission's executive directive for the permission of the promulgate of the more restrictive rule of the standards only if the political subdivision approve more restrictive rules and standard enhance public safety. Subchapter D, licensing and registration. 113.080, the definition, chapter, the care of the means of the personal life of the transportation, liquid petroleum gas transport, including loading, unloading, liquid petroleum gas, installation, repair, the transportation system, portable cylinder exchange, for the means of the operation conduct with the commission and license for a sale of the liquid petroleum gas portable cylinder. They are not filled with on site with that or liquid petroleum gas weighing no greater than 21 pounds. Retail with a wholesale of the dealer means a person liquefied and liquid petroleum gas activity except for the assembly of the repair and subframing, testing of liquid petroleum gas standard for the sale of the installation motor fuel with the system, mobile fuel system that have the engine rating of the more than 25 horsepower. Testing laboratory means a person life with the testing containing more than fuel system, mobile fuel system, transport system, purpose of determining safety of the container system, liquid petroleum gas services, who for the necessary installation, disconnection, reconnection, testing, repairing of the motor fuel systems, mobile fuel system, transfer systems, or transport systems involved with the testing container. Transfer outfitter means that a person licensed to subframe test and sell liquid petroleum gas and transport containers, test liquid petroleum storage containers, install test, sell motor fuel containers, system, mobile fuel containers and system, install the transport system, repair transport system, motor fuel system, mobile fuel system. Section 113.081, license requirement unless otherwise stated in the chapter for the person may be done gave with any of the following activities unless the person obtained with the license from the commission authorizing activities, container activities, assembly, repair, the testing, installation, subframe of the containers, use with it and stay with it except with the license not recover the sale of the new container 96 pounds, water capacity system activities, installation, service, repair system, the use of the system include the laying of the connection of the pipe fitting the connection with or to the system, servicing the system appliance to be used with the liquid petroleum gas facility fuel. Appliance activities serve the installation repair of the appliance to use them in the state with the connection for the system liquid petroleum gas fuel. The accepted license is not required installation connection. Manufactured unvented appliance liquid petroleum gas system means for the liquid petroleum and applying with the connectors where only duct and electrical work is performed. Liquid gas appliances production activities, sale, transportation, disposition, liquid petroleum gas stay with except for the license not required for the sale of the liquid petroleum gas for the vendor of no more the objective and rights of the product is sold, where the production, transport, and store of the ultimate consumer of the personal consumption only. License requires subsection A with the apply with the person in political subdivision, install with the service the motor fuel system, mobile fuel system, motor vehicle, the use of the transportation, general public subsection A1 and A2, and apply intermodal containers, intermodal portable tank construction in accordance with the United States Department of Transportation specification. RC, the licensing requirements subsection A do not apply with the mobile home park operator does not obtain with the necessary processory rights for liquid petroleum gas products. Utilize the liquid petroleum gas license for the installation maintenance of the liquid petroleum container system. The purpose of the subsection for the term of the mobile home park operator means the individual business entity with the owning, operating, or play with divided into sites at which primary business, rental, leasing of the site with the person with the occupying mobile home, the dwelling. The mobile home has a meaning set within Chapter 1201, Occupation Code. Commission of the rule of the exempt journeyman, master plumber, the license of the Texas State Board Plumbing Examiner's license requirements subsection A. The commission of the rule may exempt the person life within Chapter 1302 the occupation from the license requirements subsection A. No license required original manufacturer for the new motor vehicle required provided by liquid petroleum gas by subcontractor for of such manufacturer produced the new liquid petroleum gas powered vehicle of the manufacturer. Commission of the rule establishes the reasonable condition, license exemption of the license requirement of the state of the agency, institution, county, of the municipality, school, of the district, other government subdivision. 113.0815, the registry of the container, manufacturer, fabricator of the person managed and gave the manufacturer, fabrication container for the use of the state unless for the person registered with the commission in accordance with the rules adopted with the commission. Registration under this section may be renewed annually. 113.082 for the categories of liquid petroleum gas activities achieved the Commission rule shall establish license categories for the liquid petroleum gas activities. Commission shall adopt the rules establish reasonable application of original license fees, renewal fees, each for the type of license category established in subsection A. 113.083 liquefied petroleum gas emergency. In an event of emergency, temporary, statewide, regional, local storage of the liquid petroleum gas in state with another state determined under section B of the section liquid petroleum gas networks operating with the meeting all the certification permitting license requirement of the federal government and other state who governor ready to declare the liquid petroleum gas emergency may transport liquid petroleum gas into the state without having first obtained the license permit and certification of route and labor required within the state law. Governor may determine the existence of the temporary state with regional, local storage of liquid petroleum gas in the state with another state with a self-determination. Governor may join with the governor in any other state with the declaring liquid petroleum gas emergency. The waiver of the temporary Texas license or permitting the certification requirements regarding liquid petroleum gas truck for the operator of the valid only during the time of the emergency. Liquid petroleum gas emergency may not continue for more than 14 days unless renewed by the governor. 113.084 application for the license shall be submitted with the commission form furnished for the commission facsimile with the forms prospective licenses shall be submitted with the required application together with the original non-refundable license fee with the established with the commission under section 113.82 with each for the type of the license category where the application is made. The application shall submit additional information that each of the application mission reasonable require the license or shall submit the non-refundable renewal fee with each of the license sought along with the information data that the commission may reasonably require. 113.087 the quote for the instruction examination seminar requirement of the certification completion requirements section of the mandatory operation requirement of the liquid petroleum gas license of the may not commence with the continue of the resume and left the examination seminar requirements are fulfilled. Commission shall prepare and administer for the grade of the review of the examination required for the section contract for the testing of the procuring proctoring, serve to prepare the ministry of the graded review of the examination. Before license issuance to the commission shall recover the individual testing license of the representative of the commission for the provide with good survey and prove the examination working now with the chapter rule of the commission with the effect of the type of the life of the application with the made. Thereafter the license shall be then qualified at all times, and that individual who will be actively supervising and operating with the required license under the chapter other than portable cylinder exchange service and outlet with the location shall require to provide good sufficient proof of the examination supervisor working knowledge of the safety requirements, penalties, and the chapter rule of the commission will apply with the type of the life of the license for the provide with the portable cylinder license operating portable cylinder exchange service. Prepare obtaining the manual approved of the commission covering the proper procedure for the handling of liquid petroleum gas portable exchange profit providing copies of the manual each outlet with the location license operating portable cylinder exchange service. 3 provide the training approved of the commission regarding the training content of the manual each for the individual who will meet actively supervising operation portable cylinder exchange service outlet location. As determined by the commission rule, each of the individual who will be utilized with a license of the public employee with the state of the federal government, the state of the federal subdivision of the liquid petroleum gas related to the activity shall be required to provide good sufficient proof through the examination that the employees have the working knowledge of the safety requirements and the rules of the commission relating to the activities. Should the commission determine the individual of the history of the failure to comply with the requirements of the code rules of the commission shall promptly notify the individual writing the failure to qualify with the liquid petroleum gas employee certification reason thereof. Written notice by the commission written request that the hearing, the public hearing itself shall be governed in 113.091. No license may employ with the otherwise utilized with any person representing the commission now or supervised the employee with the liquid petroleum gas activities unless until the person has qualified satisfactory completion of the examination or training. Requirements are applicable to establish for the section. Commission shall properly give the rules relating to the training of the representative, the supervisor, employee with the May permanent temporary exemption of the examination for the training requirements are applicable for the maximum period of 45 days. In no event of the original renewal of life of the issue of the applicant with the list of the representative that have not been obtained with the qualified staff of the defined rule of the entity with the person with the history of the failure to comply with the requirements of the code of the rules of the commission. Commission shall have the written notification license and have the reasons therefore promptly with the provide with the bowl of the representative and the license applicant for the written notice of the commission for the written request for the hearing of the public hearing itself shall be covered with the 113.091 satisfactory completion required with the examination training with the section shall accrue to the individual no later than 30 days after the day of the person take with the license examination under the chapter of the commission shall the person result of the examination. If the examination graded review of the testing prior to occurring services, if the commission shall notify the person of the result of the examination no later than 14th day of the day of the commission receive the result of the testing of the proctoring services. 2. If the notice examination result will be delayed no longer than 90 days after the examination day, the commission will notify the person of the reason for the delay before the 19th day. Okay, the commission may require the testing part occurring with this service notifying the person result of the person's examination. If the request of the writing of the person failed with the license examination administrator, then under the chapter the commission shall furnish the person with the analysis of the person performance examination. and the Commission may require the required addition of the examination requirements of the set forth in subsection B and C of the D. Examination technical competence of the validated with recognized educational testing organization or similar organization or intends to approve the academic, trade, professional commission sponsored seminars or other continuing education programs. Prior to qualifying individual performing a liquid petroleum gas, the Commission may establish the rule of the initial core of the instruction of the person and any of the not yet passed the examined liquid petroleum gas activity person can seek qualification for any of the person maintain the qualified staff that defined with the rule for each of the person. Certification have to revolve with the subchapter F of its code for the initial course of the instruction established by the Commission shall be available at least once every 180 days. Commission of the rule may exempt the permission section journey of the master plumber to license the Texas state of the word plumbing examiner person licensed under chapter 1302 of the occupation code. Company representative the operations supervisor employed with the testing laboratory registered under section 113-135 prior to the effective date of the subsection 113-088 examination seminar review with the Commission shall establish reasonable examination core for the instruction seminar registration fee. The funding for seminar intended the expansion of the person with provided the subsection C of the Commission shall receive the non-refundable fee examination for seminar registration. The Commission may exempt the volunteer firemen, public employee with the shape of the federal government with the shape of the federal subdivision examination fee, the examination renewal of the seminar fees. Section 113-089, special requirements for the licensing. After the application made with the license, the retail for the wholesale, the dealer for any of the type of the license specified with the combination rule for the Commission. In addition, with the other requirements, shall have the actual inspection conducted out of any of all the facilities, bulk storage equipment, transportation equipment, dispensing equipment. The applicant verify the satisfactory compliance with all the current safety laws, rules, and practice. The inspection may be waived by the Commission and of an application resulting solely from the change of the legal and even the current license operators. Inspection is required shall be performed before the issuance of the license and no event with a 15-day after the inspection requires the writing and application with a license for which the inspection under the subsection A is required but not issued under the inspection will verify with the applicant satisfactory compliance with all current safety laws and rules and practices. Section 113-1090, filing registration fee. The Commission rule for the established reasonable fee for the review of the site of the application related with the installation containers. Site application review for the Commission before such for the installation is paid with the liquid petroleum gas. For the Commission by rule of the established reasonable fee, according to the location containing with the public buildings, commercial and installation prior to the approval of the site application is not required. Commission by the rule established reasonable fees for any of the registration required under this code 113-091. License design, if an applicant is meet with the requirements of the original renewal license and 7th of the chapter of the Commission shall be promptly send with the notice of the applicant of the specify the reason the applicant failed to qualify with the license, advising the applicant to arrive with the requesting hearing within 30 days of the notice of the denial. Applicant with the license under this chapter who is denied license may request the hearing to determine whether or not the applicant is complied with all the respect with the license procedure applicable to each type of license sought. Applicant request of the hearing must be written with the delivered in Commission hereby determine the applicant compliant with the license procedure applicable to each type of license audit must be scheduled for 30 days of the receipt of the request under subsection B of this section. If the record made of the hearing support for the applicant's claim, the Commission shall enter for the order of the records of the effect with noting each of the type of the license in which the applicant is found entitled. The Commission shall have licensor licenses and issue for the applicant is found unqualified shall the likewise enter for the order in the records of the fact. No license may issue to the applicant. 113-90. License issuing the Commission shall they issue the appropriate license to applicants satisfy the license procedure requirement at C with the set with the chapter of the rule of the Commission except the otherwise provided from the section 113-130-63. License shall be issued for the name under the applicant process for the conduct of the provision for the license shall belong to the applicant to which for the issue shall not be transferable. Section 113-1093 license renewal. Person with the otherwise eligible for the renewed license may be renewed with the unexpired of the license by paying the required for new renewal fee of the Commission before the expiration date of the life as person with the life expired with not engaged the activity required with the license or with the license has renewed. A person with the license has been expired with the 90 days of the last time of the renewal life of the paying with the Commission renewal fee with the equal to 1.5 the time of the normal required renewal fee. A person whose license has expired with more than 90 days but less than 1 year renewal of the license paying with the Commission for the renewal fee is equal to 2 times the normal required renewal fee. A person with the license has expired with 1 year of the May or more than renewal of the license. Person may be detained with the new license complying with the requirements to proceed with including with the examination record to obtain with the original license. A person with a license from the state moved to another state of the currently licensed and have been practiced with the other state of the 2 years of the preceding the day of the application may obtain with the new license for the re-examination. The person may pay for the commission fee that is equal to 2 times the normal required renewal fee of the license no later than 30 days of the day of the person's license scheduled to expire. The commission shall send a written notice admitting the expiration of the person last known address according to the record of the commission. Renewing license shall be issued to the licensor as soon as the practicable after complying with the section. Fulfillment and issuing the examination seminar requirement established by the chapter submission and any for information data commission may be reasonable. Requirements renewal fee shall be non-refundable. Or Section 113.094, staggered renewal of the license. The Commission, by rule, may adopt the system under the license varies during the year. For the year in which the life of the expiration date change of the license fee with the payable to specify the date is prorated with the monthly basis. So each licensor shall pay only the portion of the license fee with the allowable with the number of months during the license valid. The only renewal license with the new expiration date of the total license renewal fee is payable. The 113.095, license examination endorsement out-of-state license certification. The Commission may waive any license requirement of the application valid license with another state having license requirements substantial equivalent to those of the state. The Commission, by rule, may not waive the Section 113.087 of the application holder with a valid examination certificate issued by another state having certification requirements substantially equivalent to those of the state. 113.095.5, the certification examination endorsement nationally recognized training of the Commission by the rule shall waive the requirements of the section 113.087 of the application and certificate and cylinder filling with have complete with the training consistent with the guideline established for the propane educational resource condition. Council submit proof of the completion of the training described in subdivision 1. Submit the application for the type of the certificate. 4 pays applicable original non-refundable certification fee established in the Commission under section 113.088. Completes examination cylinder filling that administrative of the Commission. Approve of the Commission. Comparable to examination administrative of the Commission. Subprint. Proof of the completion of the examination commission. C. Uses propane education research council training examination material. Submits proof of the completion of the examination commission. 113.096 provision license. The Commission may issue the provisional life of the applicant currently licensed with another jurisdiction who seeks life within the state but has been licensed with a good standing for at least 2 years with another jurisdiction, including foreign country that has license requirements substantial equivalent to the requirements of the chapter, have passed the national other examination recognized with the Commission relating to activity regulated in this chapter, and in spite of the person life of the Commission under the chapter provisional life and the holders will practice during the time of the person holds the provisional license. Commission may waive the requirements of subsection A3 of the applicant with the Commission determine the complying with the subsection has hardship to the applicant. A provisional license is valid until the day of the Commission approval of the denial of the provisional license holder. The applicant license the Commission shall issue under the chapter provisional license holder eligible license 113.095 the provisional license holder. A. Passes public examination under section 113.087 of the applicant with the knowledge and understanding of the law of the rule relating to the activity regulated in the chapter of the state with the meaning of the academic experience with the requirement for life and under the chapter of the satisfied with another license requirement under the chapter of the common bonus approval of the denial of the provisional license holder the application for the license no more than 180 days after the provisional license the issue of the Commission may extend with the 180-day period if the result of the examination have not been received with the Commission before the end of the period of the Commission may establish a fee for the provisional license amount with a reasonable for the necessary to cover the cost of the issuing a license. 113.097 the insurance equipment and requirements. The Commission shall not issue the license authorized liquid petroleum gas activity to renew any existing license over the application for the license or license renewal procedure provided with the proof of the required insurance coverage with an insurance carrier that authorized the business within the state as evidence of certificate authority having been issued for the area of the Texas Department of Insurance of the F applicant and not been able to obtain coverage such carrier provides on approval of the Commission proof that required with the insurance coverage issue for the surplus for the insurance of the means for the requirements of Chapter 981, insurance code rules of the adopted Commission insurance under the chapter. License may not perform liquid petroleum gas actively licensed Commission level the insurance coverage required by the chapter is in effect except the provided in section 113.099 types amount of insurance provided in subsection D through I are required for the exchange liquid petroleum gas of the activity licensed by the Commission and other activity incidental thereto. A person's life of the transport liquid petroleum gas must carry for the motor vehicle bodily injury, property damage, liability coverage on each motor vehicle, including trailers, semi-trailers, used for the transport liquid petroleum. The Commission shall establish a rule with a reasonable amount of the coverage, maintaining sure the coverage does not be less than the amounts recovered than evidence of the financial responsibility 601 Transportation Code. All licenses must carry with liability coverage of a reasonable amount with the base on the types of the license activity to be established from the Commission rule. A license other than the licensor of the operating with a portable cylinder exchange so for the most acquire with the maintain appropriate work with the compensation and cover the employment under policy for the work-related accident, disability, health insurance, root coverage of the death benefit, the insurance carrier for the authorized to provide the coverage of the state with the amounts of the required of the commission, notwithstanding. Subsection F of the section state with the agency, institution, county, municipal, school district, the other government subdivision may somewhat appropriate evidence of the workman compensation coverage by self-insurance permitted by the state workman compensation and submission with the may require the form of evidence coverage of the purpose other than where subsection 113.098 as required with the commission rule of the person registered in 113.08015 licensed transportation outfitter with the care of the retail, wholesale, the dealer, testing, laboratory carry complete with the operation of the products, liability insurance, or both reasonable amount of the based on the type of the registered license activity. The commission of the rule may exempt may provide reasonable alternative to the issue of the requirement to set forth in subsection A through E and H of the section state of the agency, institution, county, municipality, school district, other governmental subdivision. Commissioned by the rule may exempt the insurance requirement of the section and adopt the reasonable alternative to the requirements. Master Journey Plumbing License for the State Board of Texas for the plumbing examiner, personal license exam in chapter 1302 of the occupation. Commissioned by the rule allowing licensure self-insurance subsection D, E, and F by the rules establishing with the self-insurance. Alright, 113.098 with the transition with the condition of the evidence if they require the issue with the force of the certificate insurance approval of the commission shall be filed with the commission before licensing and renewal during the entire period of the license. In fact, with the document filled with the commission finally manner with the not completed according to the instruction and indicate with the insurance for the certificate form of the commission which comply with the substantial requirement of the section with the rules adopted may conserve the Bible of the commission evidence required with the experience with the security that is informed the temporary period of not exceed 45 days during the temporary period. License shall be filed with the commission to amend the certificate with the insurance and comply with all procedures substantive requirement section rules adopted herein. All certificates filed within the section shall be continued with the duration cancellation certificate with the issuance with the effect of the occurrence of any of the following events on before. Commission recipient written notice with the insurance with the intent with the cancel pay policy insurance passing with the time equivalent notice of the period of the law of the given with the insurance before the installation insurance cancellation received with the commission acceptable the replacement insurance certificate voluntary surrender of the license right of the privileges conferred by the license commission the receipt of the statement made with the licensor of the game with the licensor of the activity with aging operation require a particular type of the insurance that will not engage those the operation left with until the certificate required insurance that are applicable to those operation filed with the commission. Written order commission cancellation in subsection C of the section shall not become effective until the approved of this command of the commission. 113.099 statement in lieu of the insurance certificate person licensed for the transfer of liquid petroleum gas does not operate the contemplate with the operation motor vehicle equipped with the liquid petroleum gas container that does not transport with the contemplate with the transportation liquid petroleum gas vehicle with any of the manner make file with the commission or statement to effect with the lieu of the following certificate motor vehicle with the bulge body injury or the property damage issue with the collisions license applicant with the license if it does not engage the contemplating and engage the operation which would be covered by the general liability insurance with the period of the time may make file with the commission statement of effect of the lieu of the filing a certificate of general liability insurance license for the applicant with the license do not employ with the contemplating with the hiring of the employee with engaged liquid petroleum gas related activities in the state that make the file with the combination from the statement the effect of the lieu of the filing evidence of the coverage worker compensation or other alternative form of the coverage is provided in subchapter D. A person registered under section 113.0815 license transfer outfitter for the carrier of the retail wholesale dealer testing laboratory with the design key with the contemplated engaging liquid petroleum gas operations should be covered with the complete with the operation productive liability insurance or both of the period of the time and making the file with the commission statement to the effect of the lieu of the filling certificate insurance. Any statement filled with the pursuant subsection A through D with the section may must further state with the license of applicant agree with the file certificate insurance evidence of property coverage before engaging activities that require insurance coverage under this subchapter. Alright, subchapter E, motor vehicle testing laboratory, transport trucks and trailer, each with the transport truck with the tailored motor vehicle equipped with the liquid petroleum gas container, each tank with the principal with the transport and liquid petroleum gas should be registered for the commission, license purchase for the lease for the obtained with the right for the U with the described in subsection A with the section registered for the including of the name within which for the licensors conducts businesses for the transportation of liquid petroleum means of the gas unit, ultimately consumer of the liquid petroleum gas purchase, leave with the same the rights to use any of the unit description in subsection A with the shall register for the unit with the person named before the transportation liquid the petroleum gas main with the unit of the public road with the highway. Commissioned by the rules shall establish the reasonable non-refundable the manual registration and transfer fee for the liquid petroleum gas cargo trailer, semi-trailer, the bobtail, the cylinder for delivery unit, the register for the transfer of the valve, the annual registration established for the commission shall not be less than 100, no more than 300. Annual transfer fee of the tablet of the commission shall not be less than 25, no more than 100. Any of the register pursuant to the section shall be covered the motor vehicle that allow you to injure from the property damage liability insurance prescribed in section 113.097 of the scope. If the delivery transporter drivers will meet the applicable examination seminar requirements set out in the section 113.087 of the code. 113.133 motor carrier law with no provision of the chapter should be covered to modify with amendment for the revoke any motor carrier law with the state. 113.134 of the Department of Public Safety. The Department of Public Safety to cooperate with the Commission and administer the enforcement of the chapter of the promulgated with the under this chapter to extend with the layers applicable to motor vehicles. Subchapter F, license, registration, examination, and with discrimination, dissimilarity, acts, violation. Chapter rule with the informal, the commission shall notify the license registry for the writing of the fine operable violation complying with the chapter safety rules promulgated within this chapter. Notification shall specify the particular act, commission conducting, compromising alleged violation shall designate with the date of the violation must occur active with the discontinued. License registration shall report with the timely complying with the request extension of the timely complying with the date deemed necessary. If the license or registration object of the complaint with the requirements under the section of if the commission determines the license or registry for not proceeding adequately complying with the written request for the license or registration, or if the commission public hearing shall conduct provided in section 113.162, if the commission determines that the probable violation not complying with the constitute with immediate danger for the public health, the safety, and welfare, for the shall require with immediate necessitation, probable violation non compliance proceed with the hearing is provided in 113.162, 113.162 hearing with the proceeding under the chapter subject for the provision administrative procedures of the Texas Register Act. 113.163 denial, review of the renewal, revocation, license, and registration for the exemption in the event of the violation. A, except for the provided subsection D and F, the commission may approve of the application for the license under the chapter, approve registration for exemption under section 113.081 D and E of the if the applicant for the registration for the exemption violated the statute, the commission rule, order, license, permit, certificate that relate to the safety. 2, for the person who holds the position with the ownership of the control of the applicant for the registration of the exemption with the help of the position with the ownership of the control of another person during the 7th year proceeding with the date with the applicant for the registration for the exemption is filed during the period of ownership of the control of the person violated statute of the commission rule of the order, license, permit, and certificate that relates to the safety applicant with the registration of the exemption or other than has committed violation described in subsection A of the final judgment and the final administrative of the order found the violation has entered against the end applicant with the registry of the exemption of the other person with all the appeals that have been exhausted. The commission of the applicant with the registry of the examination found with the person to the degree with the under the relating alleged violation. Regardless of whether the person names appear with the required of the application for the registration for the exemption person over the position ownership of the control of the applicant the registry of the exemption other person. The person is the officer or director of the applicant, the registry of the exemption, other of the general partner of the applicant, the registry of the exemption, other person, the owner of the sole property, proprietorship, the owner of the registry of the exemption, the owner of the lease of the 25% of the beneficial interest of the applicant, the registry of the exemption, other person, either trustee of the applicant, the registry of the exemption, of the other person, 2, for the applicant, the registry of the exemption, the other person to determine the final judgment, the final administrative order, 3, have exerted actual control over the applicant, the registry of the exemption, of the other person. Commission shall approve of the applicant with the license under the chapter of the registry of the exemption, section 113.081 D or E, or if the condition of the constitute of the violation corrected with the corrected in accordance with the schedule of the which commission the applicant with the registration for the exemption or the person has agreed. 2, all administrative civil criminal penalties are paid and being paid in accordance with the payment schedule for which the commission of the applicant the registration for the exemption of the other person have agreed. The applicant registration for the exemption, if the compliance with the other requirements of the law rules, after the application for exemption with the denial of the section commission shall provide the applicant registration for the exemption with a written statement examining the rule, reason for the denial, notwithstanding. Subsection A, the commission may issue the license, the license the applicant described in subsection A with the proof of the registration of the exemption for the registration for the exemption described in subsection with the term specified by the commission with the license. The registration, for example, exemption is necessary to remedy of the violation of the law of the commission rule with the fees tendered for the connection for the applicant for the registration of the exemption denied on the section and it's non-refundable if the commission is prohibited with subsection A of the approving of the applicant for the license registration for the exemption from the award be prohibited from doing with the subsection of the applicant life with the registration for the exemption submitted with the applicant registration for the exemption of the notice of the commission after the notice opportunity of the hearing of the hour by order of review of the renew the revoke of the license registration for exemption of the issue of the applicant licensor with the registration for the exemption under the chapter. The commission may not revoke or review the renewed license registration for the exemption under this subsection of the commission find with the applicant licensor registration of the exemption fulfilled conditions set out in subsection D. I. An order issued in subsection H that must provide with the applicant license of the registration with the exemption from the reasonable period to comply with the judgment order finding with the violation before the order takes effect. With another revocation, personal life of the registration with exemption subsection F that may not be active under the jurisdiction of the commission under the chapter except with the necessary remedy. Violation commission rule within authorized by the commission life of the registration with exemption issued within subsection F. K. Determining whether the reuse, the renew, the revoke of the personal life of the registration with exemption subsection H. The commission shall consider the personal history of the previous violation, serve the tenets of the previous violation, and have the health, safety of the public to demonstrate with the good faith of the person. Refuse the renew, the revocation, and personal life of the registration with exemption under subsection H. Not relieve the person an existing virtue or duty of the law, rules, or license registration conditions. Section 113-164. Appeal any party proceeding before the commission entitled with the judicial review under substantial evidence rule. Subchapter G. Fees and funds. 113-201. Deposit the expense for the fees and with the funds money received without the commission under the chapter shall be deposited with the state treasury for the credit of the general revenue funds in accordance with the appropriate made by the law. Subchapter H. Enforcement. 113-231. Injunction on the request of the commission and the attorney general by bringing with the act for the name on the behalf of the state of the enjoyment of the person of the committing an act of the violator that does not comply with the provision of the chapter any of the rule promulgated in this chapter 2 of the injunction institute pursuing the subsection A of the section shall be in addition of the other remedy of the laws and equity. The district court in the county with which will show that all of the parties in the acts have been or are about the committee of the jurisdiction and action brought within subsection A of this section. No bond injunction may not be required for the commission and attorney general relating to the proceeding instituted with the pursuant subsection A. 113-232 general penalty. In addition to the injunction for relief of the other penalties provided with the chapter, person knowingly violates fails to comply with the chapter rules adopted with the chapter guilty of class C misdemeanor punishable by the fine not less than 100, no more than one maximum fine set out in 1223 of the penal code. A person previously convicted for the subsection A of the section knowingly violates failed to comply with the chapter of the guilty of the class 1 misdemeanor punishable with a fine not less than the maximum fine allowable for class C misdemeanor, no more than the maximum fine set out in section 1221 of the penal code. Penalty prescribed in section addition with the injunction for relief of the other person provided with the chapter of each day of the violation failure to comply with the continue with the constituted separate offense. Or 113-233, entry for the inspection, investigation, inspector employed by the agent of the commission, entry for the permits for the license for the chapter for the building, other than permits for the public, at a reasonable time for the purpose of determining, verifying, complying with the chapter, safety rule of the commission for the name of authority, the time of the private property, the permission, ownership of the private property for the authorized agent owner, authorized representative of the commission for the entry for the buildings, the experiments of the exercise of the occur with the liquid petroleum gas, probable cause for the purpose of the investigation, cause the origin, circumstances of the alleged accident. Commission may require that any state of the local authority having the jurisdiction to take appropriate action to the permitted by law as may be the necessary for the preservation of property premises. 113-234, warning tag of the inspector employed by the agent of the commission may declare with the container of the applying with the equipment, the transport system, liquid petroleum gas operation that does not conform with the safety requirements of the chapter rules adopted the unsafe or which will otherwise defect with the unsafe with the dangerous liquid petroleum gas for the shall attach a warning tag in the conspicuous location. 113-235, the applying and remove the tag after warning tag attached. A person only sells, furnishes, delivers a supply of liquid petroleum gas or either the consumption or through container applying with the transport system which the warning tag is attached guilty of the misdemeanor of conviction and punishable with a fine not less than 50, no more than 2,000. Liquid petroleum gas should be removed of the container in which the warning tag is attached only under the direction of the commission. In any emergency situation, immediate need of the commission is allowable to reasonable amount of liquid petroleum gas include introduce container that may allow with the liquid petroleum gas system, liquid petroleum gas supplying with a place and liquid petroleum gas for the reasonable time of the period provided the reason for the warning tag has been eliminated. 113-236, the penalty, unauthorized removal of the tag with the unauthorized person knowingly remove the destroy with any way to obliterate the warning tag attached with the container and applying with the transport with the system qualifies guilty of the misdemeanor on conviction punishable with a fine not less than 50, no more than $2,000. Subchapter K, liability license holder of 113-301, limitation liability license and install services or servicer. Person not liable for damages most heavily malfunctioning installation, modification, property operation, liquid petroleum gas system, the person delivered for the installation, install the service of the residential, commercial, public building, motor vehicle, if the person with the license of the commission for the perform of the installation service with the registration for the delivery installation service with the perform of complying with the safety rules of the standards adopted by the commission. 3, the person with no control over the operation of the liquid petroleum gas system, the person with not negligent, the person did not supply with the defective product which was producing cause of the harm. Subchapter L, Testing of Liquid Petroleum Gas System in the School Facility. Definition of the chapter: School of the District Committee with the entity created with the law, with the state, with the created with the Texas Education Agency. And Subchapter D, Chapter 39, Education Code. Private the elementary, secondary school, with other school within the resident of the state, with the regional school, with the blind, the visually impaired, with the deaf. Within Chapter 30 of the Education Code. Supplier means an individual company sell the delivered liquefied petroleum gas. School with the district within more than one individual compelling company sell the delivered liquid petroleum gas facility of the school district. Each individual company supplier for the purpose of the subchapter 113.352 the test for the leakage. Each school of the district shall perform a leak test for the leak of the liquid petroleum gas pipe in each of the school district facility at least biannual. The test for the members performed by the beginning of the school year. School district may perform the leakage test within a 2-year cycle under the test performed with liquid petroleum gas pipe consisting of approximately one half the facility of each of the year. The school of the district will operate with one more school of the district for the year-round calendar. Leakage tests in each of the facility must be conducted and reported no later than July 1st each of the year of the test and perform. Tests performed on the municipal code satisfied with the pressuring test requirements prescribed in this section. Section 113.353 requirements of the test for the school of the district shall perform the leakage test to determine whether the liquid petroleum gas system hold the least amount of the pressure specified in the commission. Leakage test must be conducted in accordance with the commission rule. After request of the school district, the commission shall the chief of the district provide with a certification employed with the school district of the school applicable to conduct with the test and develop and proceed with the conducting of the test. 113.354. Note of the test school district shall retain the documentation specified the date of the result of the leakage of the other inspection of the liquid petroleum gas pipe consistent until the least 5th anniversary of the date of the test, otherwise inspected perform the roof before the introduction of liquid petroleum gas into the liquid petroleum piping to the school district provide with the verification of the district supplier. The piping has been tested in accordance with the subchapter. The commission may review the school district with the documentation each leakage of the other inspection conducted in the school district. 113.33.55 Termination of service suppliers terminate service with the school district with the supplier received the official notification from the individual conduction of testing hazard leak with the liquid petroleum facility, liquid petroleum gas and pipeline system. Testing facility is not performed and required in the subchapter 113.356. Report to the board of trustees identified with the liquid petroleum gas leak with the school district facility shall be reported to the board of trustees of the district in which the facility is located. 113.357 and 4th the commission shall enforce the subchapter M consumer safety notification. Notice required a person holding license and install the prepared liquid petroleum gas who sell the install the prepared liquid petroleum gas system piping and other equipment is part of the system when applying with the connection attached for the system shall provide with the following note of the purchaser owner of the system piping and other equipment applying with a warning flammable gas installation modification repair with the liquid petroleum gas person with a not licensed registered and install the modified the prepared liquid petroleum gas may cause injury, harm, or loss of the contact person liable to the register of the install modified the repair of the liquid petroleum gas. A person licensed with the install of the prepared liquid petroleum gas may not be liable to damages caused by the modification of liquid petroleum gas by an unlicensed person except the otherwise provided by the applicable law. Commission shall adopt the rules relating to the notice required in subsection A. And that completes chapter 113, liquefied petroleum gas.